with our eyes, we see in 3D. And basically, we use what's called binocular vision. What happens is that there's one eye here and another eye here, and then what happens is with both of these eyes, they create this other dimension, this third dimension, and which causes us to be able to see stuff. And what's this binocular, from a binocular perspective, it's like a one eye here and then one eye here, and these creating a way for us to be able to see clearly. If we were to cover one of our eyes, things would start happening. If you cover the other one, depending on if you have any sexy specs or not, you know what I'm saying, other things start happening. We were created, God gave us two eyes so that we can see things in 3D. He gave us these eyes so that we can see things up close, because with both eyes fully functioning, it helps us with our depth perception. It helps us with looking at things from a wide angle view, and it kind of hooks us up that way. So God created us this way so that we can see stuff. He gave us this so that we can see things up close, and we can have all these things happening. But it's something about when you cover one of your eyes, some weird things happen. Mark and I had an opportunity to practice some of this stuff. And I'm going to practice on you, right? Everybody participate, if you will. If you put your hand over one of your eyes, okay, and you put your thumb out right in front of you, if you have both of your hands available, what I want you to do is take that same hand, look at the thumb, then I want you to quickly switch to the other eye. Touch your hand with the other eye. 1, 2, 3. Touch it. Didn't it seem like almost like your finger moved? Do it again. 1, 2, 3. Huh? You know what I'm saying? Like, do it one more time. 1, 2, 3. That's kind of weird. Here's another one. Put that picture up. All right, look at that picture. Put one eye on. One. If you're really like me, like, you know what I'm saying? You see it, and you can see, everybody can read the word Kohl's. All right? Then switch to the other eye. Is it clear? Or is it blurrier? But do they look the same? Do they look the same? When you put one eye, you put one hand on it, and you see it, it looks one way. And you put your other hand on the other one, it looks another way. And take that down. I need 4 people really quick. This makes sense in 2 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go. Stick your hand with me real quick. This is real. I like this weird stuff. All right, 2 people stand over here. 2 people stand over here. Go back. That look pretty. Back up. You have to face each other. Back up. We're gonna do like almost like you're doing an egg toss. All right, step back 1 right there. That's good. All right, what I want y'all to do, just real simple. All right, I got these little my little play golf balls. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A little heavy in the middle. What I want you to do is that I want you to throw it to him, and you catch it with your with one of your hands, either one of your hands. Both of you do it. 1, 2, 3, throw it, catch with one hand. All right, let's try it again. Let's throw it back. Okay, throw it back. Okay. Let's try it again. Throw it, and then catch it with one hand. Probably want to throw it underhand so they can. Yeah. Go. Cool. Okay, all right. Let's do it one more time. So the best out of 3. One more time. Stick with me. Go ahead, one more time. All right, we almost caught it that time. Throw it back. Now what I want you to do is I want you to put your hand over one of your eyes. Go. Sweet. Throw it back. Put your hand over your other eye. Do it again one more time. Fully cover it. Sweet. Tell me what you think happened there. He said that his perception, his depth perception was off. See, when you cover one of the eyes, what happens is the ability to know how far things are and how close things are, it gets a little shaky. So you have to kind of guesstimate at best. Oh, yeah, give them the lovely assistants a hand. So thank you. Thank you. This is the deal. I believe that God has given us spiritual 3D called faith. I believe that God has given us the ability, if we're his children, we've accepted him, I believe that he's given us the ability to be able to see things that most people can't see. And when we're fully operating, when we're fully, and all pistons are going, when everything is right, when we have both of them fully exposed, I truly believe that God has given us the ability to tap into some stuff. I think he's given us some ability to see things that other people don't see. It's called faith. It's called faith. It's having the ability to see things that others just can't see. There's a word that I throw around here a lot. It's called pistis. The word pistis is where we get the word faith from. It means to totally rely in, to have total dependence on. Totally rely on, to have to totally trust in, to totally rely in. And I put a Facebook thing out there, and I said, whoever we worship, whoever we idolize, that's who we have our faith in. That's what we have our faith in. You know, whether it's money, whether it's sex, whether it's pride, whether it's status, whether it's looks, whether it's security, whether it's job, education, whether it's them rims, whatever it is that we idolize and we lift up, that's where we put our faith in. Regardless of, we were created to be able to have and to be able to operate in faith, but it's up to us to choose what we're going to have faith in. And whatever we're spending most of our time in, that's what it's going to be our automatic default. For instance, if I believe that because of my education and because I'm so smart, because I just got it like that, if I believe and I put all of my faith and belief in that, what happens is that when things get tight, what do you think I'm going to totally rely on? I'm going to totally rely on the fact that I'm smart. If I believe that I'm a dime piece, you know what I'm saying? I just look that good that I can do whatever I need to because of my looks. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, the side profile. You know what I'm saying? Because of my looks, then what do you think I'm gonna depend on? When the time gets tough, when it gets really tight, we're gonna go to our default and what we know best and what we started to worship. When we start to idolize, that's the only thing we got left. We're gonna depend on those things that we idolize and that we lift up the most. And in Hebrews chapter 11, about faith. It says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Faith starts with the ability to see, but the ability to see things that are not things that are not natural. The way I look at life is that there's two different lanes. There's this natural lane, and then there's this supernatural lane. And what happens is that because of God has given us this depth perception, he's given us the ability to see things even if they don't exist. When it gets tight, when it really buckles down to what is our faith, what are we anchored to? I want to reiterate this, and it's going to make sense in 2 seconds here. But faith is the capacity to see two worlds simultaneously. I know I sound weird. I sound crazy. I do. Faith is the ability to see both natural and supernatural at the same time, to operate and say that there are natural things that happen, natural ramifications, natural stuff that happens, but there is a God who operates only in the supernatural. So then what? What? He's given me the ability to tap into that. He's given me the ability to tap into this other lane that's happening at the same time. And I want to give you a story. Now, this is not some story that, this is a historical document called the Bible. This is not some lame thing somebody just pulled out. This actually happened. This is pretty sweet in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6. The prophet Elisha was at his crib chilling, minding his own business with his homeboy. And this cat comes, and they come, and he goes out doing his due, and he tick off the king. The king gets angry. He get all his boys and say, "We about to roll on this cat." And if you can imagine being surrounded by a SWAT team, a whole SWAT team surrounding the edge, and I'm standing right here in the middle, and they got guns, and you look out the window, they got guns aimed in, with the infrared, doing like this, and they sitting here saying they about to kill, and his homeboy gets shook. He running like, man, all these cats out here with guns. This is where we are. Troy's version, right? Got all these cats sitting outside. I want you to look at this. This is pretty sweet. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 13. It says, "Go find out where he is," the king ordered. Come on, Elisha. "So I can send men to capture him." The report came back. He is in Dothan. And in verse 14 it says, "Then he sent horses and chariots and a strong force there. They went by night and surrounded the city." This is a fact. This is important. They went by night and they surrounded the city. This is them. Imagine them sitting there like this with the snipers. They went around the city. Verse 15. "When the servant of the man of God got up and went out early the next morning, an army with the horses and chariots surrounded the city. Oh my Lord." That's in the Bible. Like, oh my Lord, what shall we do? He was shook. He was shook. The reason why I said they went by night and they surrounded the city, and I said this is a fact, is because the trouble is a reality. I'm not talking about some lame cats, them cats that say, your faith is, you sit there and you lie and say that it's not there. No. I'm not talking about something. No. Realizing that it's a reality that there's some cats sitting out there with some pistols. There is an enemy recognizing that, yes, there is a problem. If you're dealing with a sickness, if you're dealing with something's happening, if you're going through a divorce, something's happening and it's coming against you, recognizing that it's there. Don't sit there and lie about it. Say, in the name of Jesus, you're not there, and kind of not look at it like, how kids do like this, like, I'm not looking, like, as if it's going to disappear. No, that's lame. That's not faith. And there's some beliefs that say, somebody sneezes, achoo, you got symptoms of a cold. No, dude, you got a cold. Getting ahead of myself. Jehovah Jireh, God, my provider. You see, if I'm never sick, then why would I ever need him to provide for me? If I'm never broke, then why would I ever need for him to provide? I'm not talking about some lame, like, no, this ain't really. No. I'm saying that there's enemies coming, and they're coming against us. They're coming against you. If they're coming and they're closing in. The reality is that it's there. In verse 16 it says, "Don't be afraid," the prophet answered. This is his response to this cat after all these cats around him. And this cat, he sees all these snipers and all this. He says, "Those who are with us are more than those who are with them." Right? It would have been just like that. Elijah was the only amen in the whole place because ain't nobody else seeing nothing.